when he knew it might happen, he's like, "You're definitely gonna owe me a dinner." I said, "Uncle Jerry," I said, "I'll take wherever you want." Someone from the open house I did.
Oh, good for you.
So
All right.
does it have a line?
Stop rubbing it in.
No, it's literally right my tongue. These cups keep stuff so warm. Oh my god.
All right. Why don't we, 6:00, we'll kick off the holiday committee and also just open discussion about Heritage Festival too. So we're going to go through holiday first because that's the first upcoming thing. I guess start with events. Want to start with the parade, or do you want to officially talk about our new purchase?
As of 8 p.m. last night, we are proud owners of a Budweiser sleigh that we will be
It'll get rebranded.
rebranded, yes. And I am not 100% certain what we're going to do with it yet, but my vision is putting it in the pocket park with like Christmas tree or something behind it. And maybe I was thinking Santa could be there this year, weather depending though. But we'll discuss that.
Oh, for pictures.
Yes, wouldn't that be
Yes.
cute?
Oh my god, that would be adorable.
We can put like
That'd be
lights
cute.
on it, make it really cute.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great idea.
Excited.
Was that your brainchild or David's brainchild?
David called me yesterday evening and said, "I found a sleigh. Do you have one?" I was like, "I do not have a sleigh.
Do we need one? Yes.
I usually keep one in my back pocket, but hey, I guess not.
I was like, "I don't have a sleigh." And he was like, "Do you want one?" And I'm like, "Sure, yes." So he bid on it for us, and DPW would be picking it up tomorrow or Friday, and then we have to decide where we're going to put it.
Store it wise after the fact.
Do I need to go check for that then?
Nope, they bought it on the village card.
Okay,
so they'll
perfect. I just thought about that. Okay, that's fine. Yep.
bill us for it.
Cool.
Well, and I think those in attendance, you'll hear that, I mean, not this year, well, a little bit more this year, but I think the thought is the holidays might be expanding a little bit more with the success with Heritage Fest. There's been talk of turning it more into an all-day event or maybe a couple-day event, but at least more of an all-day event. So it does, because technically the time is what right now for it?
6. Well, the parade starts at 7.
The permit.
The permit starts at 6:30.
6:30.
6:30 to
9.
9 is our road closure permit.
Okay.
That I will ask nicely that we abide by, not just yank the barricades when the parade's over.
I'll just get it in the writing. Yeah. We will be shutting down East St. Clair, I think, right? Earlier.
Yes, I can. That's something we need to discuss actually,
And-
is times.
And you need to shut down North Main then if we're coming from the high school. Is that what it's called there?
They always shut that down anyways.
Do they? Okay.
Automatically,
Okay.
they shut down North Main to
Just make sure
keep
it's
people
on your
from
list.
coming in and pulling.
Okay.
But yes, I will.
So the thought is now to change. We're originally staging on Centennial, which
Outgrown.
we've outgrown. Last year we had 35 floats. We set a record last year. So it should be at least that, if not hopefully a little bit bigger, but it just got too clogged over there. So the thought is to actually stage at the high school, come down Main, come down Van Dyke, and then do that. So it's going to be a little bit more walking, but you know. So going to the parade part, float registration and coordination.
I have, as of just 5 minutes ago, 2 floats officially registered, or 3. Maybe.
Yeah, so you had 2
I
already.
had 2
so yeah,
before,
3.
so I have 3.
Is one of them Century 21?
No.
I don't know.
maybe
Maybe.
2.
No, just 1. I don't have time for 2. 1's enough.
Yeah, I sent
MC can go with the trailer.
registration forms to the school on Friday, I think, and they were distributed to all of the departments, athletics and clubs, hopefully. I was told they were. They're on our website. I'll start getting them out and around.
Did Lions have something in it before?
We didn't have anything in it last year.
Okay.
It's hard to get people involved that want to put the float together.
Okay.
Well, we could be involved in any other way, like if you want us to do something in town or whatever.
You want to run
Sure.
a cornhole tournament?
Yeah. Want to run a cornhole
seriously.
tournament?
We could do that.
Yeah, I mean, are we still thinking, well, I don't want to jump ahead. So float registration coordination, we have 3 in there.
Yeah.
Obviously drum up people in the meantime. We obviously,
A bunch of different members now too, so we might get some other people that want to be involved in having a float. Or something in there.
and which is great. And if not, if you want to do stuff in other regards, that's fine too. Cause you guys don't usually, like when we do the Easter stuff, you guys have something going down there. There's nothing the same day.
Usually have an Easter something going on.
But do you do something the same day as Holly Day? You don't do anything that day, right? Okay. So, go
I
ahead.
think the one thing, and obviously last year I was kind of thrown into it and didn't know what to expect. If I didn't have Melissa there at the last second, it wouldn't have happened. Like, we need more than 2 people coordinating the floats, because between the 2 of us, we still had a line of people waiting, and we barely kicked off in time. We didn't even have enough time for judging.
Correct.
Do you know what I would do? Is email or whatever information we have. I don't think we got emails from them, but the volunteers from Heritage Fest. And there's a couple people I can think of that were super duper helpful. See if they would be interested in helping for holidays.
Yeah.
A couple of those ladies were super helpful and nice.
And I think one thing we probably want to do is develop roles and leaders for this. It won't be as extensive as Heritage Fest, but my 2 cents, if we have that and we give them specific job duties, that'll be helpful. From how to register or whatever we're going to do. Voting wise, I think we need to lock in our voting people early, because last year that got discombobulated.
It felt smooth on my end as a participant.
I know. Well, I don't think
it
I was.
looked great on my.
I wasn't originally, I don't think, a judge, and then I became a judge.
Oh,
Because I was helping line stuff up, and then all of a sudden I was asked to be a judge. So, and last year was a different story, right? We've got things handled a lot better now. And like I said, that was your first time, and what were you in the role? A month officially, maybe, if
No.
that?
No,
I don't even think
it
she
was
was
the end
official
of
yet.
November, so it was like
Yeah.
a week and a half.
Yeah. So how we pulled that off is
I don't know.
beyond me.
Magic.
I really don't know.
It's magic.
So
It was Christmas magic.
it
Right.
was Chris. There's a miracle, that's for sure. So I think, if we get some defined roles that are out there, if it's 6:30 to 9 is the road closure, parade starts at 7.
Lineup begins at
6.
Do we want to change that to maybe a little earlier so we have more time? Because that only gives you an hour, and we ran out of time. Should we make it 5:30 at the school? We'll have more room, and we're not going to be competing with houses and stuff. Not to mean
The
every.
only thing that I will say about early lineup, if it's a bitter cold day and
Right, I ain't
it's-
coming at
the
5:30.
vast majority is kids, people wait till the last
I know.
second anyways. And I think that there's a way to still line up at 6 and make the process more efficient. I just need at least 4 people, and I need to make sure the judges are there to start judging
Right.
at 6.
Mhm.
So that as
Right, you
floats
judge
come in,
them as they
I
come
give
in.
them their
Yes.
number, they judge.
Yep.
And
Yep.
get in line. I think there's a way to make it more efficient, and I think if we have everyone in the parking lot, it's gonna be easier than walking up and down that street trying to figure out, and we'll have the lights, so it won't be as dark.
Right.
I think we can make it more efficient. We just need more people. And I think maybe we can narrow down the judging sheet too.
Do we want to not say, I mean, if we're giving them a time frame, do we have a cutoff time frame last time? Like when they had to be there?
She says lineup starts at 6, I think, on the paperwork.
7.
Yeah.
But
Maybe we should
we
have
should
a
have
time.
a judging cutoff time. Like if you
Yeah.
want your float judged,
Yeah, you need to
must
be there by
in line at
6:30.
6:30.
Yeah,
By
you must be there
6:30.
by 6:30 at the very latest. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I would have something in there because I know Smokehouse was a late arrival,
Mm-hmm.
and
We're a late ad too, though.
They were late
They
ad.
called me like that day and asked.
but we had a couple other ones that showed up like right near the end.
So
And that
we're-
was the problem with judging. I had to go from all the way, I made it the loop all the way back to the front. And then I was told, I think I was 2 more I had to run to the back to try to look at. And
And it's
Yeah, it'll be
hard to
better
get up and
this
down
year.
that street because
It
you're
was
close,
so
double
crowded.
lined, and you
Right.
have kids
So
everywhere.
jam-packed last year.
Yeah, I think we can make it more efficient. I don't think we need as many judges. I think we could do 3 judges instead of whatever the amount is we had last year.
you want celebrity judges, kind of like we've kept with it, David Trent. All right. Do we want any other celebrity judges? Do we
Well,
want
maybe Kim. Would Kim be
with
interested?
Kim?
That would be fun.
I don't know, but our superintendent may be interested.
That would be fun.
I tell her.
She can't be
Ask her
biased to
nicely.
the kids though.
We have an official superintendent now, or is it still interim?
She's interim until she's interim for now.
Okay.
That's her contract.
Well, I didn't know if you're talking about Kim or somebody else. I didn't know if we hired
Yeah, no, I
somebody
was
in the
talking
meantime.
about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to have community
Yeah,
people
that would be nice.
and not one of us who's volunteering, helping with something else.
No,
that
I
makes it
agree. I don't think it
difficult.
should be any of us because we need all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Any other suggestions for judges?
DPW's in there, so we can't. Fire department is in there technically with a float or no?
They just have the fire
trucks.
truck.
They have
But we
Santa.
don't- Do we judge them?
Oh, no.
Maybe,
So ask the fire chief
maybe the fire
I could
chief,
ask Chief
police
Smith.
chief.
or the police chief. Yep.
He may not be able to because he is working that night.
I think we
But
should
I'll
still
Well,
ask.
So-
inviting, the sheriff.
The sheriff. How about Fort County?
Oh, that
Kathy
would be
from Fort County.
nice. Yeah.
You guys have any ideas on who? What about, yeah.
Have a selection of 5, so you at least get 3.
Yeah. Snyder always throws around that Jamie Green name. Maybe she's our,
Let's not be political, please.
no, okay,
I don't think that's a good idea.
all right. I'm just trying to think of local
Yeah.
people who are involved
Yeah.
that wouldn't have a float.
I don't know. We can think on it.
Yeah.
I have 3.
I'd offer it to the township, somebody there.
Kim Streeter might do it.
Right.
Can we just have all Kims? That would be awesome.
Yes.
All 3 Kims. I think that's
All the
perfect.
Kims.
Right there.
As long as you don't give
I like it.
walkie-talkies, that get confusing. And I did talk to, I think I already let you know, I talked to Terry Roach and he said he'd be Santa. Grinch. Sorry.
Yes.
So he'll do the announcing again. Amazing.
So how did we get, speaking of announcing, we got the trucks from the Ford dealer.
Christy always hooked that up. I can ask her if she
Okay.
can reach out again.
Trying to remember everything else that was involved. Does anybody know an Eagle Scout that's got to do a project? Because that
Box.
box is ghetto.
I was even thinking about reaching out to robotics or the art department.
Something. The box that we use to light the tree. It's literally an old handle Toro lawnmower. I'm not joking. So maybe somebody
Oh,
can put some
goodness
sort of
gracious.
pizzazz into something.
An Eagle Scout couldn't get to it in time.
No, okay.
All the approvals that they have to go through.
But maybe the school can come up with something.
What do you need? Like, What is it right now? I don't even know.
It's just
Literally
a
right
lovely
now,
box.
it's
I
a
never get
white-
to see it.
it is a white box.
What, do you want me to like cricket it up or what?
No, I would, I mean, I don't even think we need something. I think you could get away with a nice skinnier, almost something like that, something skinnier, something that can self-stand. It's literally a box that's only like yay by yay by yay, and it literally has a handle for a lawnmower or a snowblower. That
So
says
we need
Toro
something
on
that
it.
we can throw a switch.
Just throw a switch.
Or a button.
pretend
Or a
switch.
It doesn't
button.
work.
A button.
Pretend.
It's pretend. They
It's
could
just
they
pretend.
could hit one of those staples, whatever those. You know what I'm
But
talking about?
Positive you could have, so I like your idea. You could have like one of those, like, you can get those like light up
Right.
touch things
Yeah.
and it could light up and then it could light the tree at the same time.
Yeah. An American Tree has lit the tree forever. Connie's lit it forever. So
Yes.
she's probably going to want to do it again. So we'll have to talk to her. But she just sits there, watches, and then flips the switch.
I will, I'll talk to Matt and see if he has any thoughts or if he'd be willing to make us something.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
just,
please.
huh?
I'll ask
All
him.
lit up and pretty.
Yeah. I mean, just as if we had some sort of stanchion, I prefer, I mean, it's got to be a kid, but it'd be kind of nice where it could just look nice, paint it up, stencil it up. The one literally is beat up. It's white. It's got rope light around it. It looks like hell.
No offense.
It does.
Is it the white box thing in our storage unit?
Yes.
Is that what it is? Okay.
And that's the other thing too. Literally walk around it. If we could make just some sort of
Right.
something, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Could be out of metal or it could be out of wood or something.
All right, I'll talk to Matt.
Yeah.
If he makes it, it'll be out of metal probably.
Prizes.
I have 2 of the 10 right now.
What are we doing? Businesses to
So we do
contribute?
first, second, and third in 3 different categories, and then we have an overall. I have the overall prize, and then actually, what's the bounce house?
Jump
place
City.
now? Yes,
I saw that.
she gave me. Oh, and Bluebird. So I have 3. But Jump City gave 2 different prizes. They
Wow.
gave a. They want to give a
A free
gift
10
certificate
kid party.
and a free party.
Yeah.
So
Like that would have been handy a month ago.
Is this the one on Imlay City?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, are they still going?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We had Tucker's birthday party there.
That's where you had it at? I thought they shut down and closed permanently after COVID.
Oh,
That's
no.
good. That's good.
No, they're doing good. I
Okay.
think.
So making good progress there. I think that's it with the parade part.
Cornhole with the Lions or you like to do a cornhole tournament? We could do that. Where on East St. Clair?
St. Clair.
Are we going to do a fire pit kind of all day or?
Whatever times we think would work, I will have the street shut down, or I will request village council approve it.
So for the merchants, would it be helpful? I'm just asking, would it be helpful as people are hopefully walking around earlier that day? Have East St. Clair shut down and then what else would we have there during the day?
We'll have Santa's sleigh to take pictures.
Right?
There we go.
Picture opportunity.
Okay.
Oh, Historical Society. We open with crafts.
Historical
What time do they do that?
I think they think 1 to 4, but
And has he bought anything yet? Because if he hasn't, let's go through what's in our storage unit yet
yeah,
again.
they do the same craft every year. They
Okay.
make an ornament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Just brainstorm
oh,
some
we were
other
gonna put that in the
ideas.
Santa bags. That's what we were gonna do with the Christmas crafts that are in there. So we
yes,
need to-
except that I need to request the road closure for village council's November meeting. So if we have a ballpark of times, that would be helpful.
What's everybody's thoughts to that? Like-
Do noon to 9.
Noon to 9, 11 to 9? I'm just trying to think of,
Maybe I would do noon to 9, and then cornhole starts at 1 if anyone's willing to do that.
yeah, because you're going to want to do that
Right,
during
we need
light
setup.
hours,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when's sunset about that time frame? About
5
5?
probably.
So one, like cornhole about 1 o'clock, you think?
What time?
1 or 2, something like that?
Saturday.
Okay.
I don't think we're competing with any, school sports, only club sports play on Saturday, so there's really no playoffs will be over by then, right? Right, but they'll be done by Thanksgiving, so I don't think we're going up against, the only thing we're really going up against is the Armada's doing their deal the same time frame. No, I know.
Two things. Where is Santa going to be this year?
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out, if we want him in the sleigh.
If we ask Santa if he's okay with being outside, he may not even want that.
We have not asked him that
Okay.
because I don't know if you know this, but I just acquired a sleigh.
Right.
And so I've not asked him, but I can reach out to him and ask.
So,
him.
and then has anyone expressed interest in having Santa at their business?
I believe Christy will do it.
I'm quite sure she will do it, but I know she
Reyes
wants everyone to
does
have the
not
opportunity if they
have
want it.
The room.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Most people don't have the room, unfortunately.
Do we want to get a tent in that area to have it on Main Street?
I'm not putting a tent together.
No, no.
Or tents until
I'm
next
teasing.
year.
Well, for one, couple things. I have a 10 by 20 up north that just sits there that could be used. It's heavy gauge steel. It's not like what we just did. One of the poles is bent, but that's not a big deal. It's not like what we did at all. We could either do that or rent one. Would it be beneficial to have it out there in that area, or would we rather have it at a business?
I would rather have it in, if it's not gonna be like in the sleigh outside, then I would rather have it in the business.
That's fine. I'm just asking.
Yeah, so I guess first ask Santa and then reach out to everyone and see if anyone else wants him and has the space. I guess if anyone else who has the space that may want him. And then make sure Christy's on standby.
How much room do you think we need? Like,
It gets jam-packed at Yarborough's.
so like having it in,
There's not enough
The
room
coffee
in good
place wouldn't
grounds.
work.
No, plus they would not be able to conduct business.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're gonna want to be open and make
That's
money
like,
that
I was
day.
thinking Roots or Mikey's, but
Right.
everyone's always packed.
Yeah, like the restaurants. I think it'd be hard for them. I don't think,
She does not have enough room. I'll ask her, but.
I think she has like little like
It's,
studio set up
Yeah.
like throughout her space, so I don't think that would work for her.
yeah, when I
But we
talked
can
to her
ask.
about Heritage Festival, she said she does not have enough room for more than like a handful of people in there
Yeah.
at a time.
And then we need to put together, the kids get a gift bag from Santa every year. So that's where I was saying we can find whatever, see how much crafts we have. And that's a question for Christy because she used to handle that. Ask her how many we plan for, and then we need to order a bag to put it in and then decide what we're going to put in there. And we need to do that rather quickly. I forgot about
stuff
those.
from
Like just like
Oriental
Oriental
Trading.
Trading or whatever.
Oriental Trading,
Yeah. But I'd like to see what we have that we can use too. And get things emptied out of there.
So, anybody know anyone with a reindeer?
A light up one?
Actual.
Oh.
An actual reindeer?
Well, what are they
What about the
called?
place in Scottsdale
They, do they have reindeers there?
that, I don't know, they got an elk and other things, I don't know.
Just put a red nose on the elk. They won't know any different. I would take that on.
Alpacas.
See if we could get one, put it in,
I can't.
um,
By the sleigh? In the fountain park?
or on St. Clair there.
Well, we
That's
could,
a little attraction for
Mhm.
kids.
That'd be adorable.
Who doesn't like a reindeer?
we
photo
can get
op
some
with the
straw
reindeer?
bales or like,
Yeah.
kind of make an area for it or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth
That would be
looking
Yeah.
into.
That'd be
Look
super
for
cute.
Comments.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know if that Seated Faith would have a reindeer.
I think it'd be a rare occasion that they had reindeer.
Marty, do you know Marty's place?
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what
the
I
one?
thought.
Yeah. Marty's place might have one.
Yeah, they have all kinds of stuff.
So that's the old Marty Claw that passed away, but he has a
It's like a sanctuary.
sanctuary.
When you're going Mountain Settlement, right before you go around the curve, right there on the right.
Yeah, right where it splits,
You
right?
can go there and
Like
see the
McBrown
animals and
or-
everything, but you have to do it by foot.
Yeah. We've done volunteer time there for, it's just called Marty's Place. He's
Google- It comes
got,
up on Google.
he's got deer. I know that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. Fun idea. But I think in the meantime, people come up with other ideas to have in that. Even if we don't close off the whole street, if we just close it from Van Dyke to the Roots driveway, now we've got at least that area for doing things. And then it won't hamper any of the parking. So we might not need the whole thing closed, but just there. I know last year we had the fire pit, we had hot cocoa, which.
Not if we're having cornhole though.
What?
We need to branch closed.
You think we'll need that much? Okay. That's fine.
But it isn't hamper parking anyways. You can get in.
Right.
Or Bristol. sorry.
Bristol.
Yeah.
So one o'clock.
Yeah.
On-
What,
yeah.
1 to 3?
Yeah.
Is that enough time? I don't know.
How long did that other one seem like it went on
It went
forever?
on forever.
Right.
All right,
But
once
there was a
we're
good
gonna-
turnout for that too.
Yeah.
It was the beer tent, so it does keep people around.
Something to do on a cold
We just-
December day.
We just won't check their white cups.
Right. It's hot cider. I don't drink coffee.
But-
Do we need prizes for the cornhole, Eric?
No, Lions Club will cover that.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So we'll make you guys kind of the sponsor for the cornhole?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We have a total of how many boards now? 12? So we could do 6? Okay.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. And can you guys help get the word out too? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, Angela will.
How many did we have actually register before? How many teams?
I don't know because the person who took it over, he did it all because we were all running around like.
Right.
That Neil guy fully handled that.
Yeah.
No clue.
It ended up being quite a few.
Correct.
I think they were going for like 4 hours.
It was a long time.
It was like 20 teams.
Yeah, that sounds right. I was gonna say like 19.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just wondering if we should have extra boards there. Not that we got to do up the ad ones, but maybe if we could solicit a couple extra boards or no, or do we want to keep them
My
uniform?
boards are still in our storage container too, so that's 7 sets.
Okay.
I can bring mine if we need them.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's that much of a turnout, would that help or no?
I don't know how it's run.
Yeah.
I've never been
Definitely at
to
least
a
get
tournament.
the First round, if everyone's playing, it'll speed it up.
Yeah.
While waiting around.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see how many sign up, and if you think you need additional boards, let us know.
Let us know.
We can get them. I have a set. Pat and Carolyn have a set. She'll let us borrow hers.
But then again, it would be, to keep people milling around there, Santa,
Santa's locked down.
we already have it locked down.
We have
Santa's locked
Santa
down.
lockdown. Well,
Is it-
Santa, we are on Santa's schedule. Mhm.
It's the same as last year.
What time is he going to be there?
Whatever time it was last year. I have the schedule almost done in the office. I believe it was like 4 to 6.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the fire department from there to get in the fire truck. And then I'm gonna reach out to the school, sorry, not to skip ahead, but for tree lighting. I'll reach out to the school and find out if they can recommend a child, unless anyone has a suggestion for one before I do that.
You guys know any kids that would be deserving or going through issues or anything? Yeah. Well, if you do, let us know. You're going to talk to the counselors or something?
Last year I reached out or Christy, I think, did. Can't remember. Oh no, it was before I was on the board. She asked me to reach out. Or before I was director. I reached out to the OP principal, and she contacted the family. Got us in contact with each other.
Okay.
So
All right. Sounds good to me. Anything else for the day of? Any open discussion? Any other thoughts?
When are we going to discuss the roles of?
That's what I was gonna say. Do we need to have another meeting in 2 weeks? Because this is quickly approaching. I mean, do we want to have a meeting
I'm
the second?
I'm
Wednesday?
fine with that. I think. Hold on.
I know, me too. Oh, nope. I'll be gone. Oh, I'll be home at night.
the 8th.
I come on the 8th.
It's already November. Holy Lord.
Yeah, because then I'll be gone for the next one.
November 8th at 6.
Yeah.
So I know this time is wrong. She's got basketball at Imlay City at 11 o'clock. So I don't think that's right. And that day's conferences.
Crap, then we can't do that.
Yeah.
I can do the 1st or the 15th. Or if we want to pick a different day, but I know also availability for this room is
Yeah. So
difficult as well.
we could do that. Can we do that one more unofficially? So my hard part is looking at this calendar. I got basketball pretty much on Wednesdays now, Mondays and Wednesdays.
We can look at the calendar too and get back.
Yeah.
Just have that week in mind.
I think somebody's at home adding them right now because I do not remember those earlier.
And then my other suggestion would be to maybe morph the name a little bit so it doesn't say just parade. If we're trying to make it something different or more. Call it Holly Day Fest and Parade. Think about that.
How's it? Is it Holiday Parade now? Not just Holiday. What's our May Day
Daylight.
I think it's the Holiday Light Parade.
Parade?
It's my day. Just spell it wrong. That's all.
What? Oh, Jesus.
Did it take you a minute?
It's a good idea. Yeah, if it's going to morph into something else. Holidays Festival.
It's not plural. Holiday.
Light Festival.
Yeah,
Holiday Light Festival.
yeah. The way you
I like
two
that better.
go, it's going to turn into a freaking weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna have a 5K.
We're gonna have a 5K.
We're gonna have a 5K in 2024. I'll make it happen. Yes, people like to run in the snow. I don't know why, but they do.
Almont's Holiday.
We used to have a reindeer run or something, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almont's Holiday Light Festival, or
That's
Festival
what
of
Angel
Lights.
said. Holiday Light Festival and Parade. Or just Light Festival. We don't have to put in there that there's parade. Holiday Light Festival. I'm cool with that.
Still
I like
part
it.
of the same name.
Yeah.
but yet
Yeah, I don't want to change the name, like,
Yeah.
because then Armada would think they win and they don't.
Not
It's our day.
What's Armada call theirs?
Holiday.
Holiday Parade.
Oh, does it?
Mhm.
No.
Always
We
copy.
had since 1942.
Okay.
This
Cheers.
is our 25th.
This is our 25th.
So since 1998.
98.
Holiday
Light Festival. I like that. I'm good with that.
Mhm. Keep the festival theme going. One beer tent.
Yes, please.
2024. It's coming. It's coming.
Coming soon.
Just wait.
All right. Anything else for holiday? We'll get out invites to another day or work on another day. Anything else? All right. Do we want to talk about anything for Heritage Fest planning 2024? What?
I'm not ready.
I know my
Not
brain
really,
is
but-
like.
I'm not ready. I'm excited, but I'm not ready.
I think I need to process one festival at a time, but if we need to talk about anything, we can.
Is there anything we need to get working on now early? Correct. So we're going to have to move the location again. We can't,
Potentially.
The ever rotating beer tent?
well, potentially, but we'll have to see. I mean, if he's planning to pump.
Yeah, I
$1.5
guess that's the
million,
first thing we
yeah.
need to do is you need to reach out to him and ask him when is this happening and be frank with him. Why? Like,
Yeah.
we had our beer tent there. It worked out well. We want to know if we can do it again or if we have to go to plan B.
And he might want to be a part of that, actually. I mean,
Right. And if he's not going to be done renovating and if the parking lot is still open and he'll let us use it, that's cool. If not, we got to make plans. And that's the biggest part of our change for 2024.
So the concerns with the initial plans, if he keeps going with the ones you shared, there's a large bar right in the middle. So the tent wouldn't work. That's part of the issue.
I know. Right. And that's what I don't think anyone knows when he intends to start
Correct.
his
Exactly.
construction. So
Correct. Now, to that point, maybe there's enough room to move it to the opposite side and have the tent back up against the back of the parking lot. And then the bar would be the front of that. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast they move, but yeah, I mean, location, it's location, and we can't, bless you, to be
We want
dependent
a real
on.
option, so if it's not there.
So if the hard part is ideally we'd like to have it on East St. Clair, but we're not running into what we did last year where the day of the church couldn't pull the plug on it. So we can't be beholden to that. So
and
then it's got to be 501 feet away from the
And-
church.
was West St. Clair too close still?
So we
I can't
could do
remember.
West St. Clair, but I think when I did the Google deal, we had to be past Speedway's driveway, I think. So the hard part is when we do that is now we're encroaching on the next road.
We would have to block Branch. And
Branch.
we can't do that to get into the parking.
Parking.
Or because we can't we would, yeah. I
Right.
would-
Potentially, I guess we'd have to do the distance.
Yes.
Yeah, we could potentially do Church Street. Is that Church Street where Dollar General is? Potentially, we could move it to there if it's 500 some feet away. Or we are going to be working on social districting for the restaurants. We do social districting and we have that permit. The 500 feet doesn't matter. We could put it right in our DDA owned parking lot. So that's an option. But there's a couple variables with that.
Mhm.
So,
Street along the Historical Society goes back,
Mill Street.
no,
and then there's a parking lot opening. Why can't we have it there?
it's less than
Less than
500.
500 feet.
Yes. That's
Literally, we are 506 feet to where it was, to give you an idea. And that's the complexity to it.
That was 506 feet from there.
I did that from Google.
Seems a lot further than that.
Doesn't it?
It's as the crow flies, not as you're walking,
But
So,
if we had the social districting.
It doesn't apply then.
correct. So whatever we lay out our boundaries for
It has to be
social,
on our property though, right?
it has to be on DDA or village-owned property
Yes.
because from what I read through the law is we use their tax ID number. So as long as it's one or the other, which is why, I guess we could technically put it in the street. I just don't know if that street is going to fall within that boundary or if it's going to be the side, what I mean?
Fun fact about a social district, you
Yeah.
have two areas mapped out. You have your social district and then you have your commons area. Your commons area is where you can drink outside all the time. Your social district can encompass much more, and that is only open during festivals. So you could make that from Chickies to the theater, and that could be open during Heritage Festival, or as pretty much as big as you want. Holiday, and then when you're not having a citywide event or village-wide event, you would be limited to the commons
Commons
area.
area. Okay, well, then there's an option. So there's a few things we got to work for. I can tell you Church Street, according to this, is just over 510 feet away. So if that could potentially be an option too. And I'm going by, and it's hard. You read the rule. It depends. Their address is on St. Clair, so I'm using the front door of there to do it, not the one off of Bristol. So, yeah, and that's why we had to put it where it was. Yeah, because to Steve's, you know that light pole at Steve's, you know the one where we're stringing that around, that was exactly 500 feet from the, and you got to go by the center of the street that their address is on. So, I know. Yeah, it feels like a lot further away, but yeah.
Half mile.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because this thing clicks over to that right there. Yeah, 500 feet is actually at the end of the back alley of the Speedway. Is that 500 feet? So that's where it gets a little complex because from there, our tent was 140 feet long, I think, or 120. So then you wouldn't have any extra area there to do it because once you include that area, that whole area has to be within that confines wherever they're walking around. But all things we got to work through. The good part is I think everybody still today. Wayne just sent me a picture yesterday. He sent me from one of his Facebook groups. He goes, they're still talking about the car show, which was cool. It's good to know that they're still excited about it.
Yep.
So
I was trying to recruit cars the other day.
for it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was getting my Jeep windshield replaced. What a surprise. Inlay City Glass, I was at Dietrich's Collision, and he has 2 out of the 4 cars that Ford made in the 60s, the Fairlanes for racing.
Okay.
They made race cars, 4 cars. 1 is gone, and he has 2 out of the 3 remaining. He's trying to get the 3rd one. I said, that would be a great draw. He goes to the one in Marysville all the time. He didn't come to ours because he thought it was going to rain. I said, well, it's beautiful.
It's perfect.
I don't even think there was a chance that day.
No.
I know I was watching that thing for days, for 2 weeks before.
But they're all painted up.
I know.
It's pretty
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember where I was at. I was in, I think, Armada and talking to somebody about it. And they were like, is that you guys? I said, yeah. They're like, that was amazing. They said they'd pick that over going to a couple of the main shows. So, and we're going to have to get creative because Wayne's being told to be planned for 500 cars next year. So, yeah. Well, and we gotta make sure we're not encroaching on the roads and keep that locked down. We talked earlier about potentially moving the vendors down to Mill Street on both sides of Van Dyke, and then taking back where the vendors were and the food trucks were to make that cars, and then potentially maybe not even potentially, we might have to take the church parking lot for more cars. But that's still at least everywhere with general businesses they'd be able to still get to. Other than at the insurance place that has the parking blocks.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll just rope the whole thing off that day. So
Probably
fine.
just get a bulldozer and just bury it.
Right.
But that's where we're at with that right now. So
There was a request by one of the vendors to open it up to motorcycles
It was open to
Yeah,
motorcycles.
category.
There was.
there was,
There were just no motorcycles there. Yeah, it was open to motorcycles, tractors, campers.
yeah. Yeah, we had a special
Yeah.
class for that.
Yeah.
And I think there was like 40 motorcycles that parked at the old PNC that came down. And they said the same thing. They didn't realize they could actually participate. So,
But it would be really neat to have them in one section,
Mhm.
like East St. Clair, like just specified for motorcycles so that they're all together.
And you know what? Maybe if we got Chicky involved with that, we could have a lot of bikes there as well.
well, and I think that's one of the things, if we know that up front, we could regulate that. I think
Right.
it's just known. I know talking with Wayne, we talked through a couple things about staging down at the school and and doing things a little bit earlier, but he's also going to talk with a lot of his clubs where if you have a club, you're going to have to give us that notice up front of where, what you need, what you're doing, so there's no hiccups with that. So I think he realizes he's going to have to lock that in. And if we do get a bunch of bikes that want to come, then we just designate an area for them. Nice part with bikes, they can weave it out easier than everybody else too, which is helpful.
Now, do you think there would ever be a point where we have to max out because
We did this year.
Yeah, we
because we can't sustain, the traffic and
Get creative, but yeah, it's something like at
Yeah.
1,000. Yeah, we're not Frankenmuth.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, really, we're gonna have to be creative to park 500. If we go back to the two East West St. Clair and take that parking lot, we could do 500. But much more than that, I don't.
you don't want to lose the attraction of it being handled well.
Right.
You don't want to say, hey, we're going to try and get 600 and then it's
Correct.
a show.
Right. You don't want that. You don't want to over promise and under deliver. I think
Right.
if people know that going in, and we show the area and say, Wayne's worry is he just doesn't want to turn people away. But again, we're just at the point where if we cut off the judging and cut off the areas, and if there's people want to show, they could still park up Van Dyke single file or something like that. We could think through ideas like that, just not to hamper the drivability with everything.
And then another question is, as far as what we charge for the registration, is that on par with all shows?
It's on par with shows that don't want to turn a profit. So we're not necessarily a profit generator. We can be, but we still did. Some of them, we're 15 and 20. Other ones are 20, 25. Not much goes over those numbers. It's something to talk through. But if we do 500 cars, what we made, I think we netted almost $5,000 off the car show this year, which does help offset other costs and stuff, but
Right.
it depends on what we're trying to get out of it too. But that's something we can definitely talk through. Any other ideas?
Just for comparison on price, and it's not a great comparison, but Frankenmuth is huge, right? Pre-registration is $35 for Frankenmuth, and so I imagine day of is probably 40 now. I didn't realize it was that much, but there's a lot more going on there.
There is. Plus, Frankenmuth, you got to book a hotel 2 years in advance.
Yes.
So I think they
Get on the waiting list.
they get a couple thousand cars. It's a whole different animal.
Mhm.
Talking about it.
That's definitely an option. I guess we gotta feel Wayne out and say, hey.
The only
but-
tricky thing is if day of is an odd number, giving people change is going to be such a pain in the butt.
True.
Just saying, if it's 25,
Right. Yeah.
no one's going to have exact change, and I think change would become an issue potentially. Not that that's the end of the world, but I'm just saying it.
Yeah. If we bump it.
That would be
Like
the
it to
next
be an
logical-
even number, right? You're right. Yeah, and I wouldn't go up to 30,
Right.
No.
but yeah, if we went 20 and 25, I feel like that might be a pain.
Right.
I'm not to say we can't, just it's something we need to be prepared for. We need to have a lot of $5 bills.
Right.
Or cashless.
Nope.
I think that's going to chase a lot of people away with that one.
Yeah. It causes more problems too.
Any other thoughts or ideas? All right, you guys. Thanks for coming. So
Yeah,
we'll get the
thanks for
messaging out, but just
Thank you.
remember for sure, really now for the foreseeable future, every DDA meeting at 6:00 before, we're going to talk about holiday, then transition to fully into Heritage Festival. We generally we'll do 2 meetings for Heritage Festival. When we start that last year, July, I think.
Really, for
So
sure.
usually we just do one at a time frame. All right. No problem. Thanks, guys. You can stay for the DDA meeting if you want.
Yeah.
Not kicking you out.
Yeah, you can stay for the excitement. We don't usually get much public. When they do, they usually have pitchforks, so, you know.